Channel Learn at Cloud Analytics. So in this video, we will be continuing on the different types of charts that we have within Power BI. So in the previous videos, we had understood about how do we use and create different types of charts like bar chart, line chart, area, and the stack chart. And also we've also understood about when do we use either of them, and a combo chart, a ribbon chart, and a waterfall and a funnel chart. So now in this video, we will be talking about the scatter chart. So let's quickly create a scatter chart, and then we will try to understand when do we use the scatter chart and how it is important, right? So I'll just expand this, and I'll use the Superstore dataset for my analysis. So the moment I've selected this scatter chart visual, the values that I should be using for this visual are been specified here, where you can notice that I have a values section and a separate section for x and y axis values, and then a legend value. So now let's try to build this visual here. So I would like to analyze based on my sales and a profit value. Okay, and I would like to evaluate based on my customer name. Okay, so and then probably I'd like to highlight this by a year for different years. Okay, so if you notice here, the moment I have provided these details, how is the scatter plot being, or the scatter chart being populated? So we have two different measures being considered. One is the sales, the other one is the profit, right? And we have this different circles or the bubbles that you see here. It's been projected based on my customer name value. So every circle or every bubble that you notice on this chart is an individual value of the customer name field. So it's like every customer name. So if you hover on this data point, you see that this is specific for a customer, Raymond Buke, right? Similarly for the other customers. So these are the individual customer values for that particular duration and for that particular measures. Now, the color is resembling that how are these values or how are these customers being categorized based on that particular duration and the corresponding metric values. Now, understand. So let us go into this particular scatter chart. So scatter chart is quite helpful when you would like to compare two similar measures together based on a specific category. So here our category is based on a customer name. We would like to compare sales and profit values together, right? And the color legend that I've used here on addition to that is based on my year. So I'm just trying to correlate these two metric values together to help me understand how are they being performing, right? So if you want, you can remove this legend as well, depending on what exactly you'd like to verify, right? And you see that the sales value, uh, the sales and the profit values are been distributed as such, but there had been certain customers who did observe like losses, though their sales value had been comparatively an increase in the sales value, right? So which means that we can do an additional analysis on top of this chart to understand why they had been a tremendous loss being considered, though the sales had been progressed quite uh, quite good, right? So the sales is like 5,690, however the profit or the loss is like 6k, right? So we can try to correlate, or we can try to dig through this particular data or the outlier of this particular data to see why it has incurred a huge amount of loss for this particular customer. And you can also observe that these are all the different outliers in your data, right? So this is also another customer. So this customer has got the highest profit and the highest sales value as well, right? So if you hover on this, you see that Tamara Chand customer has the highest sales of 19k dollars, and the profit is $8,981. So which is a tremendous increase in both the sales and the profit value. However, this particular customer here, you see that though this customer has got the highest sales being captured with respect to the other customers, the profit is not that comparatively high, right? So the profit is not high, though the sales had been tremendous, right? So in fact, this customer has got loss, tremendous amount of loss being observed. So in this way, you would be able to make some correlation with respect to your two metrics that have been brought on the spatial, and try to find out the outliers within your data set to help you gain some additional value within the respective data. So this is how you make use of your scatter charts within Power BI. And you can also make use of the other options like the size, or maybe you can say like, okay, I would like to look at my profit. So you can reduce that as well. So size is nothing but it would try to increase the bubble size value, like based on the profit value that it holds. The bigger the bubble size indicates that it has the highest profit. The smaller the bubble size indicates that it has got loss value, or probably the profit is comparatively less. So in this way, you are able to highlight which specific metric that you are mainly focused on. You can just highlight that by placing it on the size legend, right? So that you can make that comparison quite quicker and quite easily. So this is another one. And also, if you like to highlight this data by adding some color to it, right, you can also do that. So by probably you can bring in a profit, and you see it is giving you a discrete value. So however, this is not recommended to do so. So therefore, try to dig through your data and find the right correlation in that corresponding measure values. So this is all about the scatter chart in Power BI. I hope you understood this topic thoroughly, and please do look through the previous videos as well to help you go through the, or help you understand which specific chart you need to use for your corresponding data set and your requirement. So that's it for today. Thank you.